Hi, my name is Sonia Litvinuk and my topic is Government's Eyes. As genius of enlightenment does prepare any, so does experience and so genius does. The one is son of recognizing errors. The friend of paradox is the other one. And as the god for the contrived is chance, they all present at once so many miraculous revelations just to us. Alexander Pushkin. Half of all Americans believe their personal information is less secure now than it was 5 years ago. And statistics shows how little faith the public has in organizations, whether governmental or private sector, to protect their data, and with a good reason. Benjamin Franklin once said, "He who sacrifices freedom or liberty will eventually have neither." And that's an unfortunate truth and has occurred in recent years. Privacy, especially in such a fast-paced moving world, is extremely vital, yet is extremely violated. As analytics from University of Michigan recently discovered, the NSA has been spying on US citizens for quite a while now. During the election campaign of 2016, there have been compromised big amount of information and personal data of the United States citizens. Deep Roots Analytics accidental leak of personal details in nearly 2 million US voters, and Uber's attempt to conceal a breach that affect 57 million accounts. What action people can take to protect their digital access and identity? The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking any risk. Mark Zuckerberg. The Fourth Amendment provides the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizure shall not be violated and no warrant shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath and affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the person or thing to be seized. However, there is many ways government might spy on you during the day. Phone records. The Patriot Act allows US citizen government to keep phone records. The NSA doesn't keep the records of a specific individual, but the agency has records of every international and domestic phone call made in the US. Or internet services must cooperate with the government. Google, Facebook, and other top online services have to pass on records about customers. The PRISM program has much to do with this. For instance, Facebook had been forced to pass on messages, emails, and documents to the NSA. Mike Zuckerberg had been called to the court, and this included the creation of reputable mechanism for third-party data access and independent research. Under this pressure, government slowly losing its respect among the people, because life in constant fear acts destructively on people and society. Respect is like an air. You don't really notice it until it's not there, but then it's all you notice. Why is it important to protect your privacy? Well, there's a real life story that would answer that question. In about 3 years ago, my mom and my ex-stepfather tried to rent an apartment in Alameda. Every who's applying have to provide their personal information, and then the agency would take care of the background check. They have been rejected 5 times. After the 5th time, my mom had a chance to talk to the manager and ask her what was the problem. The response she got shocked her, because the reason of all the situation was a system failure. When householders send the request, they receive the information of another person who had the same identity information except the one number difference in social security number, state, and the number of criminal records. It took 10 weeks for my ex-stepfather to get his identity back. How people can protect their identity and personal information from the ICE. Today, most of the information people would like to keep online because it's taking less time to organize them, prepare, and even found. Mass media are advertises so many online products and services that will keep your data, bank account, medical insurance, and even passwords memorized and organized. This problem facing two opposite sides. In one hand, the government is interested in your personal information. And on the other, it creates the personal data and they have to be sure that citizens feel secure. Therefore, in 1914 had been created an independent agency of the United States government called the Federal Trade Commission. Their job to make sure that all of the access to personal data of the owner is limited by the owner. The NSA designed so many spying programs to have such an innermost scope in order to pick up the communications of Americans without needing to make a case to a judge. According to this information, citizens have to be careful with the information they share and keep online. The American dream, in this case, would be to allow people to feel secure in their own country and have a chance to keep their secrets with them. What can we do? We might ask the wisest. How would it end? But did not get respond. It's fair for people to feel the safety inside their country and their homes. Emotions can have many effects. We have to be careful with our decisions, with all of the choices we have ever made. Today's life is hard. It struggles a lot. We make mistakes, but keep making dreams. We hide a problem and want it to be fixed. We trust our rulers. We know they might lie. Their eyes always watching. They know when and why. What am I asking you? Is to be aware? Well, we now know the rules, so we are prepared. Thank you.